Good evening and welcome to the rinks in Hauppauge, New York for Suffolk County High School Hockey League Sunday action. Part 2 of 2 in our doubleheader, both games featuring West Islip, but the Varsity Lions will be looking for a better outcome than the JV squad that lost the Battle of Islip 3-1 earlier this evening. Welcome, everyone. Once again, thank you for joining us. My name is Jack Ziskin. This is the LI Sports Network. And tonight, it's David versus Goliath, the West Islip Lions taking on the St. Anthony's Friars. Lions starting the season 3-0. Not the start they were looking for, but the story of the season for them has been Kieran Pollard, the captain, who has been a force to be reckoned with early in this season. As we take a look around the league, around who's scoring, and in terms of goals, well, Kieran Pollard's near the top. 2 games, 5 goals. That's tied for the 5th highest, or the 5th best mark in the league. And 1 hat trick on the season, but all Kieran Pollard does is score. Coming into tonight, he had 43 goals in 39 career games. He had 6 hat tricks. He also had 15 assists. And this has been a West Islip team that's very defensive-minded. They definitely rely on a few players to score. And here tonight, they're looking to turn over a new leaf on the 2024-2025 season. They just haven't gotten the results they're looking for. And a new head coach for this staff, and John Asopo, first year behind the bench, and he's facing off against one of the longest tenured coaches in this league, in Bob Lund. And a bit of a caveat there. 2 Suffolk County High School Hockey League championships. They were the back-to-back defending champs before losing to Smithtown Hauppauge last year. Ended up making a run to the state championship, failed in their state title defense as well, and eventually moved on to nationals. But a really strong season for the program, but that's a step back for them. And I guess that says a lot of good things about your program when you're able to say, we didn't win a championship. That is not what the standard is. That is what the standard is at St. Anthony's. This is a program that, back when they were in the Catholic League, had future NHLer Matt Coronado and Bob Lund's squad. Again, 2 SCHSHL titles, 3 in the Catholic League, 11th year as his head coach. Has Joe DeLuca on the bench in his 16th year. And he also has his son Alex in his 4th year as a coach. John Asopa's staff rounded out by Kyle Curon, Marty Henshaw. And this is a West Islip team trying to make it back to the playoffs for the first time since the 22-23 season. When you have a talent like Kieran Pollard, when you have players like Andrew Merviak and Will Shields, that is the expectation. Asopa coached a young West Islip JV team last year that ended up finishing 1-19. But the Lions started out last year at 3-3, and you can credit that junior varsity team, which was in large part, a lot of those players were called up immediately as the Lions dealt with injuries, absences. They lost Thomas Albertelli early in the season, changed a lot for them. And there's reason for optimism around this program, but as they try and build a winning culture, try to build something around their captain in his senior season, it starts with winning. There is no substitute, and we should have a fun one for you here tonight. Zach Sorrell in the dot for the St. Anthony's Friars, beating out Nick Purpall, and we're underway. The Azariti-Sorrell line was electric last year. It's been electric this year. This time, though, newcomer on the line, Anthony Cataldo, the junior, brother of Louis Cataldo IV, who graduated this past year. Pass to the slot, a shot. That one looks like it was turned aside. The starter in goal tonight, Colin Hovanek for West Islip. On the other side, Dom Filer for the St. Anthony's Friars. At the line, Brody O'Doherty dancing through Will Shields. Moves it back to the point. Butakavoli across. Shot! They score! And the Friars They waste no time. It's 1-0. Tommy Azzariti on the redirect. It took just 52 seconds for them to find the back of the net. A beautiful redirect by Azzariti. He led the line. Zach Sorrell picks up the secondary assist, and Butakavali will pick up the primary, firing that shot that led to the goal. D-to-D, Merviak moved it over. West Islip looking for a clear. They get it. Kieran Pollard, the captain, in on the rush. Has it poked off his stick and out of play. And the game plan tonight for St. Anthony's is stop Kieran Pollard. West Islip goes as far as their captain will take them. We've seen that in back-to-back seasons. And this time they're forced out of the zone. Tie up on the draw. Joe Rocca couldn't win it. Merviak gets it, sends it ahead for Pollard. Merviak's in his second year with the team. His older brother, now at Farmingdale State College, that's Arthur, and Andrew got his first goal earlier this season. Big poke check there. The Friars recover a shot turned aside by Hovanek, and it ends up being deflected out of play. Good work by Mauricio Carrasco Jr. Hovanek tested early. Not much he could do on that shot that was redirected past him. And this is a Friars team that's deep, but they're without James Aspromonte, and they're without Michael Catazone here tonight, both seniors. Catazone, an all-star defenseman last year. Shields looking to take advantage of a blue line that's had some injuries lately. Unable to do so, he's taken off the puck. Friars heading up ice. With speed, it's Nick Busa. Averaged 2 goals per game at the JV level last year. Wasn't able to get a shot off this time. James Schendorf had it in the corner. Ended up moving to the point for O'Doherty. He walks in. Shot towards the front. Turned aside. It's still loose. Hovanek will get the save. West Islip under fire here early. O'Doherty moving it to the back door, just unable to get that timing right, and now the draw ends up being won by the Friars. Anthony Scorsha moving it along for Schendorf. He's knocked off the puck. Strong play by James Barbieri. Had 12 points, or rather 10 points in 12 games last year. Scored a key game winner in overtime against Longwood, a program that went winless. It was the last win West Islip had last year after starting 3-3. Key piece moving forward, a sophomore. And right now, the senior Kieran Pollard unable to dance around multiple defenders. And now a turnover comes to the point for Butakavoli. Into the corner. Towards the slot, a shot attempt that's blocked. Friars maintain control. Scorsha to the point for O'Doherty. Weaving past one defender, a shot. That one's deflected. Takes down the defender on him on that play, but now O'Doherty racing back. Pollard coming in. His shot deflected. Ramping off the stick, careening off the glass, and now the Lions trying to maintain possession. Pollard, shot, save! Dom Filer flashes the leather. Friars maintain a 1-goal lead, and that's the threat posed by Kieran Pollard. One of the best goal scorers in this league over the past 3 seasons, trying to get back to the playoffs one last time. Will Shields tries to push it forward off the draw. Now the Friars have it. Leon pressing. It's icing. Merviak winning that race. 11:22 to go. Early goal for the Friars. West Islip still trying to settle things down. In the dot, it's going to be Shields. An all-star last year in the SCHSHL. one of 3 representatives for West Islip. 2 of them returned. And now Shields with a chance, but it's poked away by Cormac Terry, the captain of this Young Friars team. His older brother, Michael, won a ship with this St. Anthony squad during the Nick DeAndrea era when they won those back-to-back championships shortly after entering the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Cataldo with it, trying to beat multiple defenders, unable to do so, so O'Doherty will recollect beneath the goal line and moves it to Daniel Savalos. Back to the point-per-game defenseman who leads Leon. Pollard gets a stick on it. Ends up with Cataldo, though. He'll walk in. Fires. Scores! And Anthony Cataldo makes it 2-0 Friars. A beautiful play there. Just beats the defender so nicely. That quick shot low. 2 goals in the first 5 minutes for the Friars. And not exactly what St. Anthony's was looking for. Not much Ovanek could do on either goal. The first-year varsity goaltender in net. Friars side of the stand still has fans piling in as we get offsetting penalties. It looks like it's going to be Pollard and Sorrell. So as the West Islip captain heads to the box, so does Zach Sorrell, a key piece for the St. Anthony's team, a junior who entered tonight leading in points. Continues to do so after that one. And Cataldo, on the other hand, just scored previously. That's his 3rd of the season in as many games. We'll get you an update on those offsetting penalties when we can, but right now Nick Busa trying to force a turnover. West Islip on the defensive. Pollard was called for an equipment violation. That's something to keep an eye on, could keep him off the ice for a while. O'Doherty carrying it up ice. Towards the left wing wall, drops it off. Brasco Jr. gets it, tried to send it towards the net, turnover forced. Purpall, the senior, had it but lost it. West Islip, one of the most senior-heavy rosters in this league. Only a few underclassmen. Only Ward Melville has more seniors. Sent towards the front. Azaridi can't connect that time. A nice feed from Buttacavalli, the first-year varsity defenseman. Now a turnover force. Barbieri in transition. Looking for his first point of the season, but the drop pass misses its intended mark. The Friars look for it, and they collect it. Once again, Brody O'Doherty, the Westchester Express product. Spent a good number of years playing with him, and that stretch pass, Carrasco Jr. all alone behind the defense. West Islip didn't seem to see him, and as they still try to execute a line change, they're looking to settle into this game. They'll be without their captain for 10 minutes. Near turnover there by Hovanek handling the puck. And a big hit this time. No arm up in the air whistle. Nearly blown by the officials. It was a legal hit. Now the Lions have it. That one, however, we get an arm up in the air. So as Merviak carries, delayed penalty. Dancing and shot. It's loose. A big save by Filer. He looked over his shoulder. He wasn't sure where it was, but with 8:32 remaining, we're going to take a look at that replay as the Lions head to the power play. Nice move there, as we mentioned. His older brother, Arthur, played a couple seasons for this West Islip Lions varsity squad. They made the playoffs his senior year. He graduated off the Farmingdale State College. Was on the Division III team as a freshman last year there. Right now, though, we have a power play for West Islip. Merviak sending that one up the boards. It's turned over, and St. Anthony's gets their first clear of the game. Hovanek coming out to play it. Leaves it for Barbieri. Comes to Merviak. Stretch pass, broken up, delayed offsides. Terry, that time, pinching in to get it, but Barbieri racing ahead, circling the cage, looking for a pass, and Cormac Terry knocks him off the puck. And Barbieri, the sophomore, has to reset. Sent all the way down again by the captain. Terry, a member of that St. Anthony squad that lost in 3 games, a reverse sweep by the Bulls last year. The year before that, he lost in the JV finals to the Bulls, another reverse sweep, and this year he's trying to buck the trend as a senior. Will Shields with possession. Over a minute has elapsed on this West Islip power play. Now Catallo coming in against Merviak. Fires a shot, he scores! Anthony Catallo, his second of the game, his 4th of the season, a shorthanded goal. And this one is getting late early for West Islip. Just a beautiful play forcing that turnover. And what a shot there. Bottle comes up off the net. Bovanek knows, and just a lot of high-end shots for this West Islip team. Again, a short-handed goal for Catallo. Not what the Lions were looking for. It's 3-0. An unassisted goal, for that matter. Right now, West Islip had it in transition, trying to turn the tide here. Unable to do so off an entry by DiRienzo, and Catallo, toe drag in, forced off the puck. DiRienzo rushing back as Catallo looked to complete what would have been a natural hat trick if he had scored. James Rogler sent it around the wall. Lions unable to get to clear. The power play is over. St. Anthony's generating more shot attempts and scoring in the process. O'Doherty at the line, walking, fires, shots turned aside by Hovanek, rebound popped out in the slot. Looking ahead, it's chipped in. Icing is waved off. O'Doherty has it. 3 goals in the opening period for the Friars. A beautiful backhand feed. Leon walks in, shot, he scores! And Ryan Leon gets on the board, his first of the season. It's 4-0 Friars. And there is no relief for West Islip. Their captain in the box, unable to formulate a response right now. But like we've said all season long on the LI Sports Network, there is an expectation with this St. Anthony's team to win championships. 11 years, 5 championships for Bob Lund and his staff. 2 in the SCHSHL, another 3 in the Catholic League. And oh yeah, let's add that extra state championship he had in the Catholic League, so he's got 3 total. As Cormac Terry races up ice, he wants a goal. Dancing through, he gets taken down. No call on the play, strong defense there. And that shot, they score. It's the 5th unanswered goal. Pollard taking his helmet off in the box. Some frustration showing as that shot, just not much there for Cicchino. Just a long shot looking for a rebound. It ends up going in. His first career varsity goal, and not much of a celebration. So it's 5-0. It's won back by Purpaw. Merviak has it. Up the wall. Dumped in, but ends up hitting the official. The official is part of the field of play, no matter how much we sometimes wish they weren't. So St. Anthony's takes advantage of that errant pass by West Islip when the puck comes back to Anthony Catallo. A couple short minutes ago, we were talking about the fact that he was looking for a natural hat trick. Now he would just have to settle for a hat trick. Trying to beat 2 defenders, had some success. Ends up making a centering pass. That one was broken up. James Mattel gets to clear that time. loose and neutral momentarily. Friars moving it up the wall ahead. Azaridi gets taken down by Merviak. A strong play, but a shot. It's loose. Free. Another shot. Hovanek gets the stop. Merviak collects. He'll push the pace up ice. Tried dumping it in. Gets taken down. A penalty on the play in as Azaridi touches the puck. He ends up taking a hit from Ryan Flynn, who got the worst of it. And interesting side note here, was not informed of this before the game. Number 22 in white, listed as Tyler Sapoff on the roster. That's actually one of two West Islip goaltenders skating out here tonight. We saw one goaltender skate out last year, Catalo to the box currently. That was Brody Dixon in a game against Longwood. They won 12-0. Scored in the final minute. That was his one wish. He really wanted to score a varsity goal before his career ended. He got it, and he got a state championship too. Not sure what Sapoff's goal is. I would presume the same. There might be that trend might start to become a little more prevalent. Busa ahead. Power play for West Islip, but St. Anthony's driving. Shot kicked out by Hovanek. Reverse beneath the goal line. James Rogler goes for it. Under pressure, he's going to lose that one. She manages to get it through, but it comes to Butakavoli, who gives it to O'Doherty. He's going to take his time with it. Under pressure from Barbieri. Ends up going D-to-D. Just some smart play there from St. Anthony's until that turnover, eating a lot of clock. O'Doherty with possession beneath the goal line, under pressure from Barbieri. Moves it up ice to Busa. And the Friars dump it in. That was Will Bisono that time. First-year varsity player, a senior. Had a very successful season, St. Anthony's JV Black last year. Merviak to the outside. You know, we mentioned it at the start of this broadcast. West Islip had to make a lot of lineup decisions on the fly last year, had a lot of personnel changes due to extenuating circumstances. This is a Friars team that has two really quality players in Bisono and Cicchino, who just fired that one out on net after his first goal, which was a floating off-angle shot. But they have multiple players. They just stashed the JV level until their senior year because, well, you might have some extra good players if you win 2 state championships. That's usually how it goes. They have talent in spades, and it's on full display here tonight. This is, in many ways, a bit of a breather for them. They had a tough start to the season, and right now they're really just trying to get set, get a little healthier with Catazone and Aspromonte out before their next stretch of the schedule. West Islip with possession, 2-on-1. It's poked away. Once again, Terry, the captain. Zavalos has it. Lost it, moves it ahead. Leon, pressured by Merviak, who knocks him off the puck. Cicchino can't get it, so it'll be Shields carrying up ice. Poked away, lost his footing on the play. Officials are going to deem that a penalty. And the reason for that actually is you hear some response from the crowd, which not necessarily all that surprising. To the credit of, I apologize, that's Catalo. He did get the puck first. The problem is this: when you play the puck and then you hit that player with the stick on the follow-through, that is, by the letter of the law, that's a penalty, and that'll put the Friars on the power play. But Azaridi ahead, Right off the draw, walking in, shot, they score! Once again, the Friars score a shorthanded goal. This time it's Nick Busa. That's going to be his third of the season through 4 games. A beautiful play there. End-to-end racing up ice, using his speed to get that lead pass. And it's 6-0. Azariti will pick up the assist on that one. So after 2 unassisted goals by Cataldo, he assisted on Ryan Leon's first goal of the season. Vito Cicchino scored his first goal of the season, and then Nick Busa adds his third of the campaign. And Busa Jr. going to be a key part of this program moving forward. Very strong Friars roster. Draw one forward by Azariti. Poked away, a strong play by Thomas Albertelli. Now Shields with Merviak. Throws on the brakes and moves it to the point. Little saucer pass poked away by Cormac Derry. Pressing up ice to the outside, looking to cut back in. Just circles the zone, moves it all the way back to the point. Wanted Savalos, went a little bit too far, so Terry on the back check. Savalos collects him from Filer. Under a minute remaining in the period. James Barbieri with possession to Shields. 2-on-1 developing. Shot goes wide of Filer's cage. Hasn't been asked to do much so far today, but well positioned that time for the shot that eventually went wide. Friars send that one the length of the ice. Racing after the shot on goal, turned aside by Hovanek. Soft touch there from Bisono. And now Shields racing up ice, toe drag. Separated from the puck, Savalos steers it away. A late poke by Barbieri nearly got it. Cicchino sends it out of the zone. That'll be the end of the first period. Not the start West Islip was necessarily looking for. The Friars currently lead 6-0. And after losing back-to-back games to start last season, losing 3 straight the year before, well, that was kind of the way those seasons started for them, en route to those. Well, last year they made the finals. The year before they actually won the finals. Yeah, slow starts, suffice to say, they've been a key part of this program. It's not necessarily something they like, but it's something they've had to deal with. And what you're seeing here tonight is a team that lost in Saugerties. They were felled in the quarterfinals of the state championship. You're seeing a team that ended up dropping a series that they led at one point, 1-0. They led that series against the Bulls. They won 7-2 in game 1. And after that, everything went wrong for them. They dropped 2 straight, one in a shootout. It was a tightly contested series. A great series to watch, but if you're the Friars, that's not an outcome you want. So they come out of the gates this season. They've won 4 straight. You take a look at their schedule. They've won 3 games with 3 different goalies. 9-4 over EI, 5-2 over KPC, 3-2 over Sachem. They're doing this with key injuries. They're going to start this period on the PK. The one area they haven't excelled in this year is staying out of the box. They had 42 penalty minutes coming into tonight. And you take a quick look at the score sheet, they've added another 8. It's pretty much the only spot Coach Bob Lund is looking for improvement. And one of those 2 violations was an equipment violation for Sorrell, who left the game earlier on, was released from the box late in the first period. But now, Pollard with possession. West Islip on the power play. To the outside, looking for the off-angle shot. Can't find it, continues to circle. Has it, fires, turned aside by Filer. Merviak tried to pounce on that loose puck. Unable to collect. Friars have it, but a turnover's forced. Purple had it, has his stick knocked out of his hands. Arm in the air, looks like there's going to be a call on the play, and as they touch up, we're going to get a brief 2-second 5-on-3. We're going to reset the penalty clock, and 14:27 remains in this second period. Just 3 seconds have elapsed, and you see the difference Kieran Pollard makes. After he went into the box, this game quickly spiraled out of control for West Islip. He's a steadying presence, and he's someone that they need in that room just to settle things down sometimes. They have released Catala from the box. He slipped behind the defense. Pollard has possession, and longtime AAA player, spent some time on Long Island goals, and now you're seeing that speed, that skill on full display. 4 goals in their last game, too. All 4 of them, for that matter. Now he's driving in, trying to shield it. Lost it there, though, and you can see whenever he touches the puck, St. Anthony's converges on him. And now Catalo dragging to the outside, a shot one-handed. That one ends up going wide. Savalos on it, trying to move it down low. Ends it up in his feet. Gets knocked off the puck by Barbieri. And remember, this is a West Islip power play, but as Catalo went for the Michigan, couldn't get much on that. Pollard now has possession. He gets tripped up. No call on the play. And for a West Islip team that's drawn 4 penalties here tonight, they're 0 for 3 on the power play, but in a strange way, St. Anthony's is 2 for 3 on the penalty kill. They've scored twice. Busa with possession. His shot's deflected. So now he'll chase against Shields. Busa forcing the turnover. Averaged 2 goals a game last year. Maybe not a realistic goal at the varsity level, but you can tell he's certainly looking to get back to a goal per game pace here tonight. Shields, the outside. Savalos on him. It's knocked free. Comes loose. Cicchino, soft touch there, trying to slip it by Albertelli. No such luck. Shields will enter. The penalty will expire as he drags it to the outside. Turnover was forced. Busa across. Heading in now. Friars have it. The outside towards the slot. It goes off the skate of Cicchino. That was Bisono with it. 2 JV line mates last year did a lot of damage. Now Butakavoli's shot turned aside by Hovanek. Back to the slot. This time for Busa. He spins away from pressure. His shot is deflected. Will Shields scoops that one out of there. Racing up ice now. However, they're unable to maintain possession. A turnover in transition. Now Cicchino racing in. 2-on-2 developing. Fires a shot that's deflected into the rafters, and we get a whistle. Not the start to the power play the Lions might have wanted, but a much stronger start to this second period after giving them a goal in the opening minute of period number 1. Michael Durso getting a chance on that last rush, just unable to capitalize, and draw was won back by the Friars. Pollard forcing Butakavoli out of his zone. Gets some help there and had it momentarily, but Friars defenseman recovers. They go D to D. O'Doherty now racing up ice. Separated from the puck at the line, but they enter on sides as Aridi's shot, as he slipped by 3 defenders, ended up going wide. Gets it back now. One-timer. My mistake, just a slap shot. Ends up being turned aside. Rogler getting physical there. Ended up with Catalo, who moved it on to Brody O'Doherty. And his pass for Leon is behind him. Rogler ahead. Game is getting chippy here early on. Butakavoli tried to move that one to Catalo, but West Islip is able to recover it. Looking for the clear there. No such luck. Friars resetting in neutral. A lot of transition hockey, but not a ton of opportunities. That one ends up on net, and it's stopped by Hovanek. Big save for the West Islip netminder, who's been asked to do, well, frankly, more than most goaltenders are asked to do all season tonight. And you see this nice move from Leon, and he just drags Barbieri. He gets him to come outside. What that does is it opens up the passing lane just a little bit more, and then you get that shot on goal from a tip, and you have your goaltender sliding left to right, and it becomes a difficult save on what looks like a harmless shot. Savalos at the point holds that one in. Cross-ice feed, West Islip recovers. Terry intercepts it, but unable to settle it initially in the neutral zone. Finally does, has Cicchino, who just flips it on net. He's firing everything on net, and they score! Nick Busa is back to a goal-per-game pace. A floating shot on net. Hovanek couldn't control it off his pad, and just like that, it's 7-0. Just a tough break for Hovanek there, who reaches out with the stick, and by the time he gets up to try and save it, it's too late. Wasn't able to slide, and now West Islip down 7-0 here in the second period. Two teams are winless in the SCHSHL, and if things continue at this pace, there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on that Middle Country West Islip game. Lions came into the season with high hopes, but have yet to deliver on that. As Albertelli in the corner. Shields on it. Comes to Durso. Michael Durso found Kieran Pollard, but was taken away. Nick Busa not satisfied with two. Shot, and it's stopped by Hovanek. Love that one. After an awkward-looking goal just a few moments ago. Friars win the draw back. Merviak flips it out. Savalos on it. Pollard gets a piece of it. The Friars defenseman gets the rest of it, and Shields has to help force a turnover against Leon. Gets tied up with his defender, Albertelli. Turnover. Shot. They score. Leon makes it 8-0. 9:06 remaining, and just one of those turnovers where creates an opportunity. You get that defender drawn beneath the goal line. You have one looking for the wraparound. That's how you get that open man in the slot, and it's easy money for Leon. Had a strong season last year, a very strong postseason, and he's got two here tonight. And now Kieran Pollard looking to respond. Captain on captain. Terry forces him to the outside and takes the puck away. Comes out to the point. Barbieri has it poked away by Terry. Now the Friars in transition. Looks like West Islip's trying to load up on this top line, putting Barbieri, Pollard, and Shields all out in the ice at the same time, trying to create some offense. He's in the slot. Shields couldn't get the shot off. Pollard's off angle shot was turned aside as well. Just not much there. And now a chance for the Friars. Azariti walks in. Shot. He scores. Blocker side high. Just like that, it's 9-0. And Azariti led the team in goals last year. Friars had multiple players of over 10 goals last year. A couple of them having since graduated, and 9-0. Azariti's first of the night. Has one this season. Make that two. Face off at center. Won by West Islip. Get a shot on net and stopped by Filer. So a little bit of a response there for West Islip, but not too much to report so far. Face-off initially looked like it was going to be won by West Islip. Bisono forcing that turnover. Busa dumping it in, and now St. Anthony's on the attack. Battle in the right wing corner. Busa scoops that one out of there. One of 3 Friars players with multiple goals here today. Shot on net, trickles just wide. Off the deflection. Barbieri, with speed, has it poked away. Now in transition, Cicino and Bisono unable to capitalize. And we get a penalty against West Islip. They've been getting physical here, trailing, and as we get this call, the Friars to the power play. Last thing that St. Anthony's, rather last thing that West Islip wanted for St. Anthony's. It's of little regard at this point, just having taken control of this game to a whole other level. They mean business this year, and 7:10 remaining in the second stanza. Face off 1 to Catallo. Over for Terry. Friars looking to move it around the horn. Just settle things down a little bit. Terry from the point, that was deflected. Catallo will race after it, under pressure from Albertelli. Tried to move that one to the slot. It was deflected. O'Doherty racing after it. Walking in towards the slot, drifting. Fires an off-angle wrister, and that one ends up going off the glass. Friars end up recovering. Catallo cuts in. As it poked away, comes back to the point for Terry. D to D O'Doherty. Back across. Catallo walks in, shot. That one goes well wide, rings around the wall, and Catallo might want that third one a little too badly. He'll get another chance here, though. Walking in, firing a shot that's deflected. Puck stays in play. He gloves it down, and he wants another one. Ends up moving it to O'Doherty. He moves it towards the front. It was deflected by Savalos, and we'll get a whistle here. 41 seconds remaining on the power play. 5:51 remaining in the period, and Azariti, one of 2 goal scorers last year, 12 goals in the regular season, ended up leading him in goals during the postseason. When all was said and done, you had 6 players scoring 10 goals through the regular season and the postseason for the Friars, and good number of them back for their senior seasons. Busa's pass ends up out of the zone. Terry had to recover it. O'Doherty ends up resetting. 20 seconds remaining on the St. Anthony's power play as Busa Mohawks towards the outside of the zone. Continues. Over to the point, O'Doherty. D to D Terry. Shot ended up being blocked by Durso. Purpaw looking for a clear, won't get it, but the penalty will expire, so some special teams luck for West Islip this time as they kill off the penalty. Pass towards Merviak. Tried to pickpocket him, couldn't. Ends up with Barbieri. We're getting a tripping call here. Correction, no, that's going to be delayed offside. So West Islip hasn't checked up yet. They thought they were getting a call on that one. Everyone in the building did. Instead, it was just offsides. O'Doherty scoring. Little toe drag release shot. That's his first of the night. It's 10-0. O'Doherty's second of the season here in the second stanza. Filer just stretching in his net, actually. If you look at him right there, he's not even in position. That's just where this game is right now for St. Anthony's. This is a team that just looks outmatched right now in West Islip, and in their defense, they're playing a really strong Friars team as they score again. Nice finish there. That was going to be Azariti. It's now 11-0 St. Anthony's. Opening draw right there, won by the Friars. So 11-0, another center ice faceoff win. They've been dominant in that area. What has been a dominant performance for St. Anthony's. At the point, D to D, Catalo with it. Sends a low shot on net, and looks like the Friars have, at the very least, Catalo's back covering right now. Might have actually moved to defense. Trying to force a turnover that time. Ended up with Mattel. So Catalo will reset beneath his own goal line, evades Shields, fires it cross ice. Fired in on net from a pretty far distance, and Ovanek just leaves it for Albertelli. And now Shields in transition. Coming in 1-on-3, it's poked away. Late offsides there. West Islip checks up, but St. Anthony's regains control. Azariti with the hat trick tonight. Lost in the fray of all the scoring. It looks like he's been credited with 3. That first one of the game feels like such a long time ago. That might have been Sorrell, so we'll double check that at the break. Update you later. At the very least, it'll be in the article tomorrow. Fans, don't forget you can keep up to date with all the latest from around the league on lihockey.com. Doing our best to shine a light on these young players in their high school careers. That one's being sent the length of the ice, so we'll get a stoppage here. .156 remaining. Also have a lot of content on the Instagram, putting out our best of the night routinely, so on a Sunday night you'll only see the games from tonight. Obviously that's a JV game featuring West Islip, a 3-1 loss earlier on, and pretty strong effort from that group despite only having 9 skaters total. Not even enough for a full line change. But here tonight in the varsity matchup, West Islip trailing 11-0 and just trying to make something happen out there. Friars have possession in neutral. And credit West Islip, they are pressuring, but as Savalos forces a turnover, we've seen them pressure a lot. We haven't seen them capitalize on it, and as Pollard skates into the zone, he's kept to the outside nicely there by Terry. O'Doherty supports. Actually sent Terry to the ice that time. Under a minute remaining, though. Friars got it back. Ends up at the point for Merviak. His shot ends up rolling to the slot. Another attempt. Filer turns it aside. Another save. He actually poked that one out on the rebound. Said, take another one. Azariti ends up offsides, if I'm not mistaken. So we get a whistle with 30 seconds left to go. And we take a look at the rest of the varsity slate for this upcoming week. Monday night, a couple big games. we have St. Anthony's back in action against Ward Melville at 9:40, but that game is not the headliner. The headliner is Sachem versus Smithtown Hauppauge, a rivalry game, and Sachem only has one loss on the season. Should see the debut of Kevin Leischer that day, and he's a big add to Quinnipiac commit. Now a turnover at the line. St. Anthony's 2-0. Leon won't shoot it. It's 11-0 after 2 periods. We're going to head to the intermission. When we come back, third period hockey on the Long Island Sports Network. We'll have a running clock. And we are back for the start of the third period on the LI Sports Network, your home for all SCHSHL action. And remember, every game played in this league over the last 4 years since the COVID-19 pandemic began, when this company began, is available on demand to watch on our YouTube feed. You can also check our upcoming schedule online, and we have some pretty good content heading your way. It's been a fast-paced start to the season, a lot of change around the league, and for St. Anthony's, it was something of the end of an era. Nick DeAndrea leading that Friars team to 2 titles, but sometimes lost in the shuffle, Brady Monteleone, the Friars captain from last season, trying to put his own stamp on that Friars legacy after winning 2 championships, one as a sophomore, one as a junior, and just falling short in the finals. A couple key pieces from that roster gone. Both goaltenders from last year as well, as Pollard had it taken away. Puck comes back towards the point on a turnover. Shot is blocked, but a Cavoli recovers it. So an errant pass. Not ideal, but every coach appreciates a player willing to correct a mistake in real time. So Azariti, 5 points on the night in a game that has really showcased how good this St. Anthony's team is. And right now, Catallo driving in against Albertelli. Merviak with possession, looking for Pollard. Ends up coming away with it. Pollard cutting in, a shot, he scores! And Kieran Pollard trying to make something happen. It's now 11-1. That's his 6th of the season, and this is a really talented young player, a long-time Long Island goal, made the move to PAL this offseason. Beautiful move there, and, you know, as a play-by-play announcer, your job is to describe a goal, but some of these plays that Pollard makes, and a lot of the plays some of these players make, it's hard to feel like you can do justice to it. Just the level of play in this league has gotten, it's gotten a lot stronger. It's very fun to watch, and this is where we get these games like this where, you know, those stronger programs, they've widened the gap. And Pollard has it back now, coming off that 4-goal performance in a 10-4 loss. as they get another shot on net. Filer gets the stop. And that was against Kings Park Comac, another team with a lot of turnover as 2 shots turned aside. And Filer getting tested here. It wasn't that long ago that he was stretching during the play. Another shot for Pollard, this one over the net, careening around the boards. Friars bench even looks short of this period. Looks like they went to 10 skaters. Pollard trying to secure possession, unable to do so. But a turnover there. Will Shields comes away with it, and once again, running time this period, 11:15 to go. Merviak with possession. West Islip trying to get set in their own zone. Savalos on the forecheck there, forces a turnover. Catalo, his shot, gloved by Hovanek. Purple on the dot. Lions won it forward. They're looking to press through neutral, with Bisono forcing that turnover, and Buttacavoli sending it up ice. Puck ends up being recovered by Barbieri, who isn't afraid to get physical, and it's a big part of this program, one that's most certainly looking to rebuild, as that shot from Bisono is turned aside. And you talk to that West Islip coaching staff, they're optimistic about the future, they're right to be, and they still feel like this season can be turned around, but tonight has not been their night. Good effort from West Islip there. Unable to make something happen, but generating some zone entries, playing with a little more confidence, and we've seen that pay dividends. That was Tyler Sapoff that time. In a shot they score, Bisono. It's 12-0 and 12-1, my apologies. Friars have possession off the draw. Catalo enters, it's 3-on-2, and St. Anthony's just looking to work this one around the horn. Right now, though, Barbieri trying to get a goal of his own after Kieran Pollard put West Islip on the board. Instead, a turnover. And a good play by Matt Lucetti there, first-year varsity player, to force that turnover, and Barbieri gets another chance, but Cavoli keeping him to the outside. As we mentioned earlier, Friars back in action tomorrow against Ward Melville, and after that, they'll have Connecticut, Sayville, and Middle Country. But tonight, they had James Barbieri forcing a turnover there. Catalo has it. His elder brother returned to the program as a senior. Spent some time playing NE-PAC hockey in Rhode Island before transferring back for his senior season. This shot gloved down and eventually covered by Hovanek. So right now the Friars are going to have a couple of below 500 teams on their hands, but as soon as that's over, it's right back to business. They'll have Smithtown Hauppauge. Circle that one on your calendar. It's going to be Sunday, November 3rd. Then they have a strong Northport Huntington team on November 13th. We've seen JT Caruso do a lot this year. And right now, the way the schedule looks, the way it's working out for them, there's a real chance the Friars could be sitting at 6-0 early on in the season. And it's relevant to mention that because, again, they're a team that gets off the slow starts usually. O'Doherty walking in. Ended up having a little give and go down low. Comes to Bisono, and they're just trying to run it through Cicchino behind the net, kill off some clock here, and Friars, again, they've gone to 10 skaters. They had more than 10 skaters when this started. We're not entirely sure why they left. I would presume they have a test tomorrow, to be honest. It is a school night, but nonetheless, no reason to speculate. And as that one goes out of play, 6:10 remaining in the third period. When you take a look at the standings here, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Filer is one of 3 goalies on this roster, including Valcic and Tempone. That's Jordan Valcic and Nick Tempone, respectively. They all won in their first start. Tempone arguably having the hardest game of the 3 against Sachem. But right now, James Barbieri still trying to make something happen out there. A very talented young player. And he scores! Sniping, glove side, Barbieri goes coast to coast. It's 12-2. Just a beautiful move here. And kind of catches the defense sitting a bit too far back, firing that shot. It's a beauty. Glove side high. You can't ask for anything else. Well, I will say that West Islip might be asking for a win right now, but you'll take the wins where you can get them, and they will come for this team. This is a very strong St. Anthony's roster. I do feel the need to emphasize that. Friars have possession after giving up their second goal of the game. Filer held a shutout coming into this period. Pollard broke it, and then Barbieri put West Islip on the board. And now Leon ahead, looking in, drag, shot, he scores! What a beauty for Ryan Leon. Believe that's going to give him the hat trick here, and it's 13-2. According to yep, that's going to be Leon's third, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, looks like he'll get the hat trick there. So he's the second Friar to have a hat trick. Tommy Azzariti came into this game with 1. He's now averaging a goal per game, put up 5 points. Had a really strong postseason for this Friars team. Was arguably their best player at times as a sophomore. Still 2 more years left with the program, presumably. Will Shields forcing a turnover in the corner, but unable to maintain control, and now racing the other way, Azzariti against Albertelli. Drifts towards center. You can see Pollard was looking to pickpocket him there. Part of why Azzariti presumably moved it to O'Doherty, and a shot that goes off the cage of... Went off the cage of Hovanic's helmet, excuse me. And we'll get a defensive zone draw to his left. And, you know, we did talk about it because coming into tonight, league leader in goals was Jackson Cantalupo, but hold that thought as Terry has to back check to make a big stop against Shields and showed off the hands a little bit there as he evaded Pollard. Cicchino dumped it in. Merviak on it. Azzariti pressing, forcing the turnover. Alternate captain is a junior. That shot trickled in, but it stayed out. Trickled in towards the goal line, that is. Everybody in this arena thought that was going in. It did not, and some great work there on the goal line by Andrew Merviak. Stretch pass to Shields. He slipped behind the defense. O'Doherty, the one-handed sweeping poke check. Now Pollard tried to settle it, but the puck ends up with Catallo. Under pressure from Lucetti. And there's one big difference since the end of that first period. West Islip has played a lot more physically, and while they had problems in the first period in keeping the puck out of their own net, it's worth remembering they gave up 2 shorthanded goals. And that obviously did not help them out. Pollard with possession now. Pinned in the right wing corner. Eventually coming away with it is Catallo. Barbieri racing after him. Catallo tried to fake through Merviak, unable to do so. He'll reset in neutral. Leon across, back ahead, and play is broken up initially. Busa comes away with it, pushing it in to the right wing corner. 1 minute remaining in the period, and as West Islip set to drop their 4th straight to open the season, Captain Kieran Pollard has it taken away. Nick Perpaul supporting there. And Friars will move to 4-0. They will remain at the top of this division. West Islip will have to look to bounce back against Connecticut, Sayville, and Middle Country, and their playoff hopes might depend on it after digging this early 0-4 hole with their record. Friars are just going to hold it, run this clock out. It's O'Doherty. There's under 15 seconds remaining. The Friars and the Bulls will remain the only unbeaten teams in the league. But if you're wondering what the difference between those two squads is so far, it's goal differential. And that's something that's probably going to get looked at a lot moving forward. So that's the final. It's 13-2. A less than ideal night for West Islip. I'd like to thank Gerard Nealon for entering the YouTube chat and saying that he should be interviewed. That actually might be his old man. Either way, we weren't bringing Louis Catallo IV on and Gerard Nealon on, even in this game. But thank you so much for watching on the Long Island Sports Network. This has been Sunday Night Hockey in the SCHSHL. We'll be back on Monday night with Smithtown Hauppauge versus Sachem. And the St. Anthony's Friars will also be back in action tomorrow against the Ward Melville Patriots. So a lot of great hockey ahead of us. But tonight, not so great for West Islip. Have a good night, everyone.